Hey there! I've gathered you all here today to point out who did it. We're going to be talking today about the Agatha Christie. This is the Montblanc Agatha Christie. Very popular pen that was, I read this online, $595 US when it was launched, and I currently see them on eBay for $2,200 and upwards. So I would say this pen has increased in value. This is one of the writer's editions, Montblanc. They kind of reuse this theme for the Rouge et Noir series, like with the snake clip. Has a lot of fun things going for it, this pen. So my main man Murray lent it to me, said you should review it. I shall. I'm going to cover the parts of the pen. I'll do a writing sample and I'll tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it. Let's get started. Okay, let's talk about the Montblanc Agatha Christie. This is the Montblanc Agatha Christie Writer's Edition, right next to a Pilot Metropolitan. The box looks like a book, as the Writer's Editions do. Sorry, a sip of tea. But I don't have the box, so I can't show you, but you can find pictures of that online, though. Okay, there's a lot going for this pen, and I think it's kind of fun, so let's go over the parts. A little bit of background on the pen. So there were 30,000 of these made. The barrel does have sterling silver trim. Sterling silver is kind of nice because it develops a patina. You have this snake clip and I guess sort of a roll stopper, which does actually have rubies for eyes. It's kind of meant to symbolize the brooding tension in Agatha Christie's murder mystery books. Quite nice. Later this was kind of toned down for the Rouge et Noir series of pens, right? Definitely bulkier than the Rouge et Noir pens. I have reviewed them. You can look up those reviews if you want to, but those are skinnier pens. I do really like, and again, I really like the silver. The silver and black looks good, especially as it develops a little bit of a patina. The original price was, as I said, $595. They currently go for about $2,200 on eBay, so they've certainly increased in value. And it is a piston filler. There's a piston turning knob there. Let's look at some of the parts of this pen a bit up close. You have this very nice vintage style dome, which has the Montblanc logo and even some nice, that's a bit sort of like a grippy material. I always find that I like a lot when they do that. It looks vintage, and I think that's quite a cool look. We have, of course, the Agatha Christie signature, as all the writer's editions do, on there. We have the snake, which is coiled around the cap and is marked with the hallmark and 92.5% silver. That makes it sterling silver. We have the rest of that snake. We have its scales, quite nicely done. And we have those little rubies for eyes. I think it looks pretty cute, and I quite like that. Then we have Montblanc Meisterstück edition on the center band, again in sterling silver. Moving down to the barrel, which I don't think really tapers down that much. It's hard to tell visually. We have another sterling silver band, and we have the turning knob, which again has a bit of a grippy ribs there, which I think is quite nice. The pen unscrews. Then you have a pen with a nice hourglass shaped section, comfortable to hold. I find it a very comfortable pen to hold. And if you prefer, you can post the pen. It does become a little top heavy with that silver snake on top, and it becomes really quite long. I feel that with this pen's girth and with that hourglass shaped section, it's a nice size that would work for a lot of people. Here again, piston turning knob. So one other issue with posting it is that you don't want to accidentally start twisting that cap, because you can make ink spurt out of the section. The nib is marked Montblanc 750 18K. It has a snake on there again. I'll make sure there's a close-up on the website. And it says 4810. Montblanc feed. This does not look like an ebonite feed to me, so I don't think it's ebonite. Not because it doesn't look like that to me, but it looks like one of the plastic feeds. But I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. And here we have these threads which are a little bit sharp. Now, I think that all that remains to us for now is look at how the pen writes. And what we have here is a Montblanc Agatha Christie with what I think is a medium nib, but I'm not 100% sure. It is 18K, and I do not know what ink this is because I got it inked. Now, what I can tell you is that it's a very nice writer. It's comfortable, and it's for me, it's just the right girth. Fast writing is possible and does offer a nice amount of feedback as you write. Nothing too scratchy or anything. I do really like that. Wetness is definitely a wet writer, which I really like. And as to line variation, very careful. There seems to be some, but it's not a flex nib, so be very, very careful. For those of you who enjoy such a thing, reverse writing is possible and turns this nib into something extra fine, needlepoint-like, but it is an option. You can get away with some writing. A little bit scratchier, but it seems to work fairly well. I think what we need to look at next, oh, that was really weird, is likes and dislikes. And that is coming up now. What do I like? What do I not like about the snaky pen? There are a couple of things I really like. It's simple, it's understated. The top here is very vintage, with the rounded dome, with the big snowflake. That's really the peak of the Montblanc, I know. Very vintage feeling to it, and I really like that. The snake clip, something we've seen on vintage pens as well, works very well. Agatha Christie, creepy things, brooding suspicions, snake, right? Actually, fun fact, I was walking today and I saw a garter snake. Maybe it wasn't that fun. Anyway, so snakes exist. It's good to know. There's a little autograph which is cute. I like that it's simple. The silver trim works well. I like silver. It develops a nice tarnish, and if you don't like that, you can polish it again. Very useful. Very nice. Again, it breeds vintage. The vintage, the center band, right, with sort of vintage font, it works. It just works. You have the piston turning knob with the little bit of texture on it, which makes it very pleasant to use. I like the nib, the snake on it. Most of all, it's a comfortable pen. I think all of these things I like a lot. It's comfortable to use. It's pleasant. You can post it pleasantly. It's just a well thought through, slightly understated pen, and I really, really like that. Are there things about it I don't like so much? Well, $2,200 is a lot of dollars. It's not a cheap pen. It's expensive, and that's just the way it is. I don't really know what else to make of that. This is what happens to Montblanc pens. Some of the limited edition stuff really increases in value. So that's the way it is. If you want one, it's going to be pretty expensive to get one. But hey, that's how it is. Beyond that, everything works for me. The proportions were right. I find them more comfortable than the Rouge et Noir pens, which resemble these a little bit, but they're skinnier. I find them a little less comfortable to use. So there we go. I think it's a good job. They turned out something that really works and is really nice and really pleasant to use. So I don't really have anything else to complain about. I hope this was useful. Let me know what you think of the Agatha Christie, and I'll gladly see you again next time for more interesting talking about fountain pens. Bye!